welcome back to our Maserati F1 Manager series, and you join us for what I hope will be quite an exciting episode today, because we're heading to round 4 in Bahrain in this second season in 2026. But it is 25 days until this next race, and we have lots of design work to finish in 16 days. So I'm hoping to get all of this design work completed and manufactured. So 4 new car parts on the cars before Bahrain, or heading into Bahrain. So very exciting time to see where that might put us in the pecking order. But if you didn't join us last time out, then first of all, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and you can check out the Maserati playlist on YouTube. You can see all the previous episodes in this series. But last time out, as a bit of a spoiler, we were in Suzuka, and it was the first race for Kimi Antonelli, making his debut, replacing Maloney for race 3, and he got a point on his debut. Finished 10th, and Colapinto P8. So our first double points finish of the year. Solid work. Could have maybe got up to 6th for Colapinto, but didn't quite have the pace towards the back end of the race. But still, Colapinto has scored points in every race so far this season. So a great start to the season for Franco, and Kimi Antonelli scores points on his first race. So a good start for him also. But let's start to progress forward then to Bahrain. If you can do me a big favour and smash that like button, super appreciate it. The likes really help out the channel. So you can take a couple of seconds and press the like button. To say much appreciated. But let's forward on then and start getting some of this design work done and on the car ready for Bahrain. Okay, we've had our latest driver development update. No change overall. So Colapinto is at 80, Kimi Antonelli at 82, but the braking has improved from Colapinto from 79 to 80, and defending up to 83 now. Just looking at Kimi Antonelli, quite well rounded apart from the control. His control is pretty awful, so we probably want to look at that. Okay, the chassis is completed, and so is our side pods. So, chassis can take a little while, can't it? Yeah, 20 days, but we will get that on the day. So let's just go for, yeah, 4 of those. We've got a rear wing coming in 4 days, so that's fine. Side pods, let's take 8. That will take up 2 slots. Yeah, we might have to emergency manufacture a couple of the other designs. So let's go with that. Got plenty of money in the bank, 18, so we can do a little bit of emergency, although I do like to avoid that. Okay, sponsor plan. Target has been achieved. I've got $3.4 million from that. So we're now up to $22 million. So very nice indeed. Got our next sponsorship plan as well. Scout team, that's fine. Don't really need them. Nice engineer talk. Sporting director talk. Crew for T, we don't want. Head of aero. Yeah, we can do that. School event. Yeah, let's do that. And let's do that one. So we do have to do quite a bit of engagement to make this sponsorship this year, but it is getting us a lot of money. So let's confirm that. Okay, and we have got a regulation vote. Minor technical changes. So this is for next year. So it's going to be the same technical change in terms of the difference, in terms of the loss here. But it's whether we want to go high speed or low speed. And to be honest with you, it doesn't really bother me. So let's go low speed on that. Okay, underfloor is completed. Now, this is what we probably... It would be 8 days, so... Emergency is 1.6. I'm probably going to have to do 1 emergency. And 1 normal, I'd suggest. Give me 6 days. Should be able to get the front wings done. So, yeah, 1 normal. So why I'm doing that is because we've got these slots taken up, so I don't want to have no slots once the final design work is finished, which is going to be the front wing. I haven't done any new designs, by the way, when these designs are finished. We've got 17 days till the ATR period, so I'm doing it a little bit more in stages this year in terms of our design work, so I'll wait for that next ATR period. And then we'll get some more designs on the car. Okay, the regulation vote is in, and they have gone for low speed changes. Yeah, 7 to 4 on low speed changes. So that's what will be the regulation change for 2027. Front wing is completed. Can't quite manufacture that yet, but we will be able to shortly. Okay, the underfloor is now done, so we should have a manufacturing spot now for a front wing, which we have. We'll get 2 in 6 days, so let's do 4. And that's good. We should be able to get all 4 parts on the car then, and we'll see how it's shaping up before we get to Bahrain. Okay, we've arrived for the weekend then to start practice in Bahrain. Before we do so, we want to have a look at the upgrade package. So we're excited for this because it's a massive upgrade package, 4 designs, but heavily on ATR as well. So we've waited a little while for these, not had any newer designs on since that first race of the season. So quite looking forward to seeing the impact. So I've put them all on Kimi Antonelli's car at this point. So this is where we're looking currently. Top speed DRS, something we definitely do need to work on. Cornering, we're sort of middle at the pack. That's where we've really been finishing. And then still some work to do on tyre preservation and engine cooling. But if we have a look then of the impact of these upgrades, and look at this. Look at this, total weight's obviously come down. We have slightly increased the top speed and DRS effectiveness. But look at the cornering. Low speed, high speed first, medium speed fourth. We've got a great chance then, you'd have to say, challenging definitely for points. But can we break into that podium? I was hoping we might be able to get a podium second half of the season or the final third of the season. Judging by this upgrade package, we might be a little bit closer. As I say, I'm doing our upgrades in stages this year, so the next couple of races, this might come down a little bit until we get that next upgrade package. But this makes good reading before we head to Bahrain. So let me get those parts onto Franco's car as well. So that is a chassis, it is a front wing, it is side pods, and a lovely new underfloor. So they are on both cars, and we're looking very good as we set our race target. Still says 18th. Well, we'll definitely take that, because unless we retire, we should be making those. Let's jump into practice then and see how we go in qualifying. Okay, ready to head into qualifying, and we've got the exact same setup of both drivers. 97% with Antonelli, 97% with Colapinto. A little bit down on track acclimatization for Antonelli and car parts knowledge for both, because obviously 4 new car parts. So that means that Colapinto has just ticked over to high driver confidence, Antonelli medium. So a little bit more work for Antonelli to do in qualifying. Also, we have put fresh car parts in. We get a lot more car parts this year. We get 4 engines. We get 3 ERSs and we get 5 gearboxes. So the first of these, this first gearbox, first ERS and engine, not, you know, really worn, but because it's getting a little bit of use, we're now going to use those in the practice sessions for the next few races. So we'll have fresh parts for today's, for this weekend's race. We'll have 100%, and we'll continue to use these until they get down to sort of 60, 50%. Before moving on to the next one. So we are very excited for this qualifying session. We've got great new upgrade package. We've got fresh car parts. What can we do then? Let's find out in qualifying. Now on our first quali laps, our first flying laps in Q1, Antonelli 26.8 through that first sector, 26.8 for Colapinto. So very close between both drivers. It's just 3/100 of a second in advantage to Antonelli, I should say, as he now sets a 40.0 middle sector. It's 40.1, so he's got about a tenth to 2 tenths advantage over his teammate now, I'd say. So Antonelli looking good to get ahead of Colapinto here. Colapinto's going to need a good final sector if he's to challenge Antonelli. But here we go, Antonelli to the line then. What does he set? He'll be setting the paces of 1:29.6. Colapinto. Oh, he does get closer. Just under 4/100 of a second in it. So very close again between our 2 drivers. Liking that indeed. Will that be enough to get us through to Q2? Will we need to go again? Let's wait and see. What's good to see is we've got 4 attempts on the Mercedes. We know Mercedes aren't the pace setters though so far. It's really the McLarens, then the Red Bull of Max, I would say. Just under a minute now to go in this session. We've opted not to go out. Pace not amazing though, because we've got 2 Williams ahead of us. So although we've got this upgrade package, it's not like we're suddenly going to put it on pole, but we are safely through, of course, to Q2. But yeah, real good pace from the Williams then. They must have a significant upgrade package as well, because 5th and 6th for them ahead of both Red Bulls is just Q1, of course. But it looks like this might be the new top 5. McLaren, Ferrari, Williams, Red Bull and Maserati. But we'll see as the rest of the session unfolds. The two Mercedes just got through to Q2 there. And let's head to Q2 now. About to start our flying lap in Q2. Set one lap on a set of used tyres. Problem here is we've come out in a little bit of traffic. Although we'll get a tow, this is not great. We got out of the way of traffic, and by doing so it's caused us to get involved in some traffic. And that's not Alonso, it's Stroll, and this could be bad news for us here, because we should be much quicker than Stroll. He had a lock-up on his first lap, so we don't actually know where he put that. Alonso has put his Aston Martin in the top 10, but look, Antonelli losing time all the time here. Has gone quicker. It's a 26.8 first sector, 26.6 though for Colapinto. Has got a Red Bull getting out of the way there. But unfortunately, the car we need out of the way is Stroll, and he won't be getting out of the way here. Carlos Sainz, can we just say? 2/10 of Piastri. Williams absolutely flying here. Albon couldn't quite match what his teammates done. Not sure if Albon's finished though, or if he's about to set a quicker lap. But we may be knocked out in Q2, and we certainly had the pace to get both drivers through to Q3 here. It's a 40 flat for Antonelli. It's 39.9. Colapinto is going quicker because he's got a little bit more of a gap to these. But here we go then. Are we about to see Antonelli knocked out in Q2? We're about to come across the line. Here we go. Antonelli does go into the top 10 to P7. Colapinto P4. So Stroll didn't go quicker. We must have gained enough through that first sector. But we are through to Q3. I thought that was going to be touch and go there. But we've made it through then. Both drivers through to Q3. And Max Verstappen is knocked out. So those Mercedes that look like they just crept through in Q1, they're safely through to Q3 here from Q2. But it's Max Verstappen then who drops out. But McLaren again looking absolutely dominant here today. Oh no, we're on our out laps. And Antonelli has had a lockup.
Now we're just proceeding through turn 4.
About to say, we didn't have traffic on this run either. I don't know where this has put Antonelli.
Just unable to control the car by that.
Oh, that's not ideal. Where are we on the... Okay, still good for traffic with both drivers. Antonelli. Okay, he's taken 3% out of his tyres, so it's not diabolical. But hopefully, we can still get a good lap in here with both drivers. Colapinto might get a bit of a tow of Oscar Piastri, and that's probably one of two of the best cars to get a tow off at the moment. The only other one, of course, is teammate Lando Norris. So I'm not sure if he'll benefit too much from a tow, but here we go. We are underway. This is it. Q3. First laps again on used tyres. Sainz again is in P3. That Williams has had some work on it. I'm loving to see it, to be fair. Although Albon was knocked out in Q2. Sainz has been running high in the last 2 sessions here. Can he put that in the top 5 here in Bahrain? Let's wait and see on that. But also, let's wait and see what these first sectors are for our two drivers. It is a 26.8 for Colapinto. 26.7 for Antonelli, so that lockup. Worse tyres, maybe knocked his confidence, but not too much, because he's a 10th up on Colapinto here. And we'll keep them running then to see, keep on board, sorry, should I say, to see what the second sector times are going to be. Hamilton has finished. He's 10th and a half off pole. That is currently Charles Leclerc, but I'm expecting these McLarens to go quicker. Piastri, you can visibly see, is pulling a gap on Franco Colapinto here. And Colapinto not gone quicker through the second sector. So bad news there. 40.1 and it's a 39.9. So Antonelli well on his way to out-qualifying Franco here today. He's about 3/10 up. Franco has had good final sectors though through the qualifying sessions today. He's going to need one now. Franco Colapinto to the line. Does he improve? Don't think he did improve. Antonelli does improve though, and he jumps Colapinto. And yeah, it's about 3.5 seconds, 3.5 temps, sorry, quicker than Colapinto. Lando Norris is still on a flyer. Here he comes, Lando Norris, and he puts it on provisional pole. The only man that could deny him is Carlos Sainz, and Sainz doesn't improve, so it's a McLaren 1-2, very dominant, although Leclerc was there or thereabouts. And our two drivers, though, very nice. Antonelli P6 and Colapinto P7, and there we see it. Lando Norris puts it on pole, Oscar Piastri second, so it looks like McLaren are going to have another good weekend. It's then the two Ferraris, Leclerc and Hamilton. But Carlos Sainz, we said, could he put it in the top 5? He could, and he did. P5, great work to see Williams up there. And then our two drivers, it was close between them in the sessions, but apart from that final session, really, where Antonelli really put in the lap and outqualifies Franco Colapinto. So it's 6th for Kimi, 7th for Franco, Danny Rick 8th, Sergio Perez 9th in the Mercedes. It looks like these are kind of cut adrift. I do think Max should have good pace in that Red Bull still. Albon should have. I wonder if he had some traffic, because what did he do? A 129.9 in Q2. Carlos Sainz done a 129.2, so he's 7 tenths off. So yeah, I think the threat from behind is probably Max Verstappen and Albon. Don't think Mercedes, Lawson and Alonso in that Aston has got the pace. So I think we've got a good chance of points, you know, where we are at the minute, between 6th to maybe Carlos Sainz we can challenge. I don't know. It's looking pretty quick, that Williams, but maybe somewhere between 5th and 8th we can bit both the cars in the race, but we'll wait and see on that. So yeah, as I say, the two Mercedes there, and then Liam Lawson close off the top 10. Let's have a look at strategy then before getting this one underway. Okay, here we go then. Strategy for this one, and it's a 2-stopper for both, but different compounds. Colapinto going soft, medium, soft, but this strategy on Antonelli does show it is slightly quicker, just by a second, and he is going medium, soft mediums. We can't do it with Franco because he's only got one set of mediums. Kimi has 2 sets of mediums, so that's why he can make this work. And as you see, he's aggressive on those medium stints. So both strategies very close. This one marginally should be a little bit quicker, but we'll see how it all pans out then as we start this Bahrain Grand Prix.
And it's lights out, and
so the two McLarens get us underway. Antonelli 6th, Colapinto 7th then. And can we finish there? As I say, we've got a very nice upgrade package here today. And let's see what we can do as our two teammates having a little bit of a battle. Colapinto on the inside of Antonelli, and Colapinto is through. Colapinto is on the soft tyre though, and Antonelli starts on the medium. Carlos Sainz in the Williams. Williams look like they've bought a big upgrade package as well, because he was absolutely flying in that Williams in qualifying. He's on the softs. Antonelli, the only one starting this race on the medium tyre, so that's interesting to see. Colapinto's dropped 2.4 seconds off Carlos Sainz, as Antonelli on the outside of him has had enough of sitting behind his teammate, and Antonelli is through. He gets DRS as well. Colapinto might be under threat from those behind him, but he survives into turn 1. He'll now have DRS on his teammate. Can Antonelli start to close back to Sainz, who's now got 3.4 seconds on them? I'll get back to you, chat. Hold on. Just having a look how this plays out as Colapinto goes back around the outside. So Sainz has pulled 5.8 seconds. He's staying with the top 4. And we're struggling here, and it's annoying that our two drivers... Right, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to ask Colapinto not to overtake his teammate here. I'm going to see if Antonelli's got a bit of pace he can use in those mediums, start building a gap on those behind him. One of his Verstappen. We're not really fighting Verstappen, though. And this is frustrating Verstappen behind us, because we're just using the teammate, using the DRS to keep him behind. And they're all burning up their tyres behind us. Now we've got Colapinto on light.
Yeah, copy that.
As we say that, Max Verstappen is having a go though. But he can't make it work. He lost a bit of traction there. Is he going to be under threat here? From Alonso. Alonso's on his inside. Fernando Alonso spots the moment to have a go, and he's going to get through on Max Verstappen. Max tried to have a go on Colapinto. He got bogged down coming out of that corner on the traction zone. And Fernando Alonso has took advantage. And we get a little bit of respite from those behind us. Right, what I'm going to ask is turn off, don't attack your teammate. And I'm hoping naturally he'll be able to get past Antonelli now. And we can return the favour to Antonelli. There we go. And we'll ask Antonelli not to fight teammate. And hopefully we can use a bit of this pace now and pull away. So we used a bit of pace and we closed that, what was 5.5 seconds now, to 2.7 on Carlos Sainz. Piastri into the pits. And Antonelli is already going for the move.
To protect the front.
He's going to have to just dip back in there. We'll join him again on the start-finish straight. Let's just see if we can see this pit stop from Franco Colapinto pulling into his box now. 2.5, a little bit slower. He's got DRS, has Antonelli. Sainz has also got DRS. Perez is the meat in the sandwich here. Sainz on the outside, Antonelli on the inside, but Carlos Sainz has got the better of both of them there. Carlos Sainz on the outside. Job done for him. And we will pick up DRS, but Sainz, good work from him. Not so good there from Antonelli, so he's got to try and get back past Sainz here. Colapinto's came out in P10. And he's lost about 5 seconds to his teammate now. So work to do for Franco. Let's get his tyres up to temp as well. So we're currently 7th and 10th, but we've got a good tyre margin. So it's going to come down to that final stint here today. Antonelli, again, DRS on Carlos Sainz. Is going for on the inside on Carlos Sainz. Sainz is on those mediums. We force him out wide and we'll get the job done. Kimi Antonelli gets his elbows out and he moves back into P6. But Sainz is not going to go away, I don't feel. So we're going to be battling with him for a few laps yet.
Good job.
Colapinto 3.7 to Stroll, so he's got a little bit of work to do there yet. We'll get him on aggressive. He's got good tyre life to be had in those mediums. But I think this is going to be a bit of deja vu. We're going to see Carlos Sainz coming straight back at us. Perez is lurking there, isn't he? But he is down to 64%, so I think we'll be fine. Colapinto isn't really taking anything out of Stroll or Perez yet. I think they're probably still pushing on their tyres. And as we said, there goes Carlos Sainz again. Antonelli just building his battery up. Sainz has used 5% more on those mediums.
Okay, do your best there.
Sergio Perez has joined us. I do think Perez and Stroll are definitely starting to push a little bit. I think if we could break this DRS to Sainz, we could probably get rid of him. Just need to be mindful that Sainz has nearly broken that DRS. And we just need to push a little bit, get back into that DRS. We are into that DRS, so we'll get it here. Hopefully we won't get the overtake done here. And what we can try and do is do it on the start-finish straight. Maybe use a bit of battery to pull away. Well, we haven't got too much battery to play with, in all honesty. Let's have a go on Carlos Sainz. Yeah, this is the problem. We're going to use all our batteries, so we're not going to have anything really to pull away with. So I don't see this probably working, but we get past him there. We're now going to give him DRS, though. We will use the battery, see if we can pull away.
Well there.
I think it's going to be difficult to do that. We are getting very close to Max Verstappen. He must be looking after his tyres, because we've took about a second out of him on that last lap. Antonelli, let's just continue to push. Can we get Sainz out of our DRS? It's close. He is out of our DRS for now. And we are actually into Verstappen's DRS, and that might allow Sainz to get back at us. Can we make the move on Max here? We've gained so quickly on him here. And we are going to get past Verstappen. There you go. Antonelli into P5 then.
Priority 1 is the lift off.
Well, the problem is the battery has gone, so Sainz will probably cruise back up to us here, but we've got Verstappen that we could probably use as a bit of a buffer, although he doesn't take too kindly to being overtaken, and he's got right on our gearbox here, Max. I think he's suddenly using his battery. And we've got none to play with, so I think we're going to be under pressure here from Max, and then Sainz will be back with us, so we do really need to go for a bit of a top-up phase here. Colapinto nearly on to Stroll. So here comes Verstappen. We could do with maybe Verstappen getting ahead of us here, and then us taking the next DRS. But no, we're going to give that to Verstappen as well, are we? Yeah, Verstappen's got DRS here as well. Can we keep him behind? Oh, Verstappen. He went for it, he sent it, and he's done it as Max. Right, we're going to have to go through that top-up phase now.
Mode charge, mode charge.
Just unfortunately, we didn't have the battery there to really make it work. But this is fine, we can top up. Mick Schumacher in for his second stop. That's an early second stop. Oh, that was
You're doing a good job.
not a great line through there. That's going to lose us a lot of time. Got DRS again on Max. Look a little bit further back, but Antonelli is going to send it on him, and he's back through. But again, we're just trying to save a bit of battery. Aaron, we are in 2026, buddy. So, fourth race of 2026. OPGO, one is ASGB. Aaron Chandler, second is some news. Not fully confident about Seb. A good team, a good role, not driver. Okay, buddy, yeah, I'll check it out. And Colapinto just got past Lance Stroll there. We just missed that replay. But Colapinto now up to P9. So making his way back through. And Antonelli has got Verstappen all over him again. Sainz following that slipstream. And we should get the DRS here. No, we don't. We don't. That's not good. But we will stay with him whilst we top up. Right, Colapinto. Has he kept Stroll behind here? Yes, he has. Right, that's fine. So, Colapinto P9. Now 3.5 off Perez. Perez down to 53%. What's Sainz's tyres? 71%. We've still got 6% on him. So this is still okay for Kimi Antonelli. Hamilton has got 14 seconds up the road though, so I don't think we've got a chance at Hamilton now. Can I send another? Yeah, of course you can. And Antonelli, again through there, is getting the job done. But the problem is, he's going to give the DRS back to Max Verstappen on the start-finish straight. We might need to just deploy a bit of battery here, just to see if we can at least stay ahead of Max for the next lap. Antonelli, what tyre life has he got? He's got a little bit. Let's try and attack. Use a bit of battery, see if we can stay ahead. Come out of this last corner, we're probably going to use most of this battery out of here. There we go, 20% down to 8. So Verstappen again does have DRS, so does Sainz. We can stay ahead into this first corner. We should be able to stay ahead into the second DRS, and Max isn't close enough to make an attempt this time round. Colapinto's broken the DRS to Stroll. That's now 2.7. And Antonelli does stay ahead of Max Verstappen. And here he is, really pushing us now. What's he down to 48%? He's wrecking his tyres though. Fastest lap from Verstappen. That's evidence that he suddenly started to push. That's fine, because all he's doing there is absolutely wrecking his tyres, really.
Keep focus on your race.
Colapinto has got DRS on Sergio Perez. In fact, he's passed Sergio Perez. So Colapinto, hopefully we'll get a replay of that one. And we do.
Look at that. Now this was on the straight.
So Franco coming back through now on those medium tyres. And that move was done nice and early. So he's now 10 seconds though. Well, yeah, 10 seconds off Sainz, 12 seconds off his teammate. So he's lost quite a bit in this middle stint, hasn't he? Franco. He's got lap 40. Can go a little bit more aggressive on those tyres. Antonelli, as we know, is back behind Max Verstappen then. But 22% tyre life on Max.
I am trying.
OP Joe, can I? Yeah, I said you can, buddy.
Race.
And there we go, Antonelli back through, but that's the worst place to keep doing that overtake, and he's not really learning, is Kimi. So Colapinto, yeah, Hamilton closing, but say he's not really fighting Hamilton. He is nearly on Max Verstappen though, and Max Verstappen down to 33%. We're about to be right on Verstappen, who's really struggling on those tyres, so we want to get past him as quickly as possible. And the moment is now, although Max gets nice traction out of that corner. Can we send it on the inside? We should have much better braking power there. Or grip to brake, I should say. And we have, we're through. So Colapinto into P6, past Verstappen. So second and final stop for Kimi Antonelli then. Colapinto, I think he can continue attack on those tyres. He's now on Carlos Sainz's Colapinto. We'll join that battle in a moment, but let's just see this pit stop from Kimi Antonelli. 2.5 will take that. Colapinto can't quite get that move done. Is Antonelli going to clear Verstappen? I think we are there. Colapinto's got another go here at Carlos Sainz. Can he make the move on the inside here? Yes, he can. Franco Colapinto into P5. So Antonelli, yes, he did clear Max Verstappen, so that was key. And he's on his way now. That's the final stint for Kimi Antonelli. Max Verstappen on the same set of tyres now, though, so he might still be a factor. It's only 4.5 seconds, and that Red Bull isn't slow, of course. Colapinto will be undercut by a few, including Verstappen, so he's got to try and come back at these. Alright, let's get him in then. He is going to be on the soft tyre, of course. Verstappen, everyone who's going to be ahead of him, really, is going to be on that medium. Alright, Franco, final stop. Hopefully, nice and clean here. And he'll be going on to the softs till the end. As the pit crew wait to receive him, probably the last to box in this race, unless some are going to butcher the tyres here. And there we go, 2.4 seconds. Antonelli is past him, Verstappen is past him. He should be out ahead of Carlos Sainz, though. So he shouldn't have any issues from those behind him. And there you go, he's going to be comfortably out ahead of those guys. Can he get back to Max Verstappen here, though? Bit of a job to do. It's 10 seconds. It is, what, 23% tyre life, so he's got to use this soft now. So we've got a yellow flag.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
That's Mick Schumacher. Already had a lock-up. Now he's having a spin. Mick Schumacher in the RB, back on the grid in 2026.
Round they spin.
And that's far from ideal from Mick Schumacher. That's not going to be good for his tyres. Down to 75%. Antonelli. Yeah, so that tyre is going to be good to the end, isn't it? Yeah. I think Antonelli, at the moment, seems to have Max Verstappen covered off. He's got 14% tyre life on him. Not really gaining too much on the Ferraris, though. Colapinto's getting closer to Max. I think it's time to jump back on track. Let's see if we can get this job done then on Max Verstappen. As Albon, there is a few late pit stops. We've got 18% tyre life on Verstappen, and we're on a softer compound. We do get DRS there.
No lift off anymore.
Copy.
Right, we should be able to get this done now on the start-finish straight. We'll get a good replenishment of that battery into turn 1. Don't really want to make the move here, Franco. Unless you get the DRS, then that's fine. That is fine. This should be good. This should be good, because we're nearly alongside. Max does get a better traction off there, but we're now going to get the DRS. Max used a lot of battery out of that final corner, but Colapinto with the DRS now. I think that was a detection zone. Who got the DRS? If we got the DRS, it's looking good. We did get the DRS, so we're past Max Verstappen, and we'll use that DRS to pull away. Max can't attack us. And Colapinto into P6 then. So yeah, I think we'll just see the DRS detection zone here, and there you go, Max was just ahead. Normally, wily old Max would have just dropped a bit to get that DRS, but there we go. Franco moves into P6. And I'm just going to use a bit of this tyre life, try and extend that gap. Try and break the DRS to Max, and hopefully that will be enough to win the battle with him. Alright, a lap and a half to go. Can Antonelli get past the man he replaced in real life at Mercedes? I don't really want to do it here though.
Mode charger. Mode charger.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Lewis did pull a bit of a gap there, but I didn't want to overtake there because we'll start the final lap, and that would give Lewis the DRS on the next two straights, or at least the next straight, and that's where I want Kimi Antonelli to have the DRS, because that will give him the best chance of getting Lewis Hamilton. Still got a couple of percent in the tyre margin for us, advantage to us, but Lewis is using that battery now. He's pulled away a bit there at 7 tenths. And is he going to get DRS off the back marker here? This would absolutely wreck it for us. Is his rear wing going to open? No, but it might do on the next DRS. I think he's going to get DRS out of here. Yeah, he's going to get DRS. No, he's going to get DRS off the Sauber. Oh, that's tragic. Oh, and we've lost, we've had to lift. Oh, it's all gone wrong, Kimi. Come on, keep pushing, Kimi, keep pushing. We've got one more DRS zone. Is there any more traffic? Behrman, we shouldn't get to him. We've literally got to be on Hamilton's gearbox, though. Coming out of DRS, it's the hardest one to overtake on. And we're not close enough. That's not going to be close enough. This has nearly pulled the second on us there, and he might even get DRS on Behrman. Lando Norris has won the race, dominant here in Bahrain. Oh, we're getting closer to Hamilton, but it's not going to be close enough. That back marker just hampered us there. And that's really meant that Lewis Hamilton is going to survive this final lap. We've got another back marker. Piastri finishes P2. It's going to be Leclerc, Hamilton's teammate. What is this back marker going to do? He gets out of the way nicely. We are getting a tow. Could we send one into the final corner? We're going to look at the outside, but we've got no battery left, so I don't think we can do anything here. Lewis Hamilton defends the inside, and Hamilton is going to survive, but Antonelli gave it a good go, and it's still a really good result for Kimi Antonelli. It's P5, that's our best result of the season. We've had 2 P6s with Colapinto, and he gets his third P6 of the season. 3 times out of 4 he's finished P6. Antonelli finishes P5. Colapinto's fuel just about got him across the line. But we have done our best result of the season here. It's P5 for Antonelli, P6 for Colapinto. Norris wins the first 4 races in a row. Absolute dominance from that McLaren. Cheers, buddy.
Finishing the point, and my goodness, it is.
Well, that is definitely our best result of the season, though. But let's look at the full classification then. Lando Norris has won it. Oscar Piastri second, Charles Leclerc third, Lewis Hamilton fourth, as we saw, Kimi Antonelli up 1, and Colapinto. So we started 6th and 7th, we go up 1 place each. So Kimi Antonelli finishes P5, Franco Colapinto P6, Max Verstappen up 4 places, so still a good result for him. He got knocked out in Q2, so that Red Bull was quicker than that, but I think because he's bogged down in traffic, that's really wrecked his race. I think without that, he probably would have been in the top 5. Carlos Sainz, that Williams was very quick and still managed to finish P8, so good result there. Fernando Alonso up 4 to finish P9, and Perez in the Mercedes rounds out the top 10. So Drivers' Championship, it should be 100 points to Lando Norris with 4 wins out of the opening 4 races. there we see it. Lando Norris, absolute dominance here in 2026. Nearly double the points of his closest competitors, which is Max Verstappen in second and Oscar Piastri P3. They're both on the same points. If we removed Lando from this championship, it'd be a lovely little battle going on. It'd be 2 points between these four here, because we've got Verstappen and Piastri on 54 points, Hamilton and Leclerc on 52. But look at this man here, Franco Colapinto. He's finished so far in the opening 4 races 6th, 6th, 8th, and 6th. So really good work from Franco in the opening of 2026. He jumped into P6. Fernando Alonso is 7th, Perez is 8th, and Kimi Antonelli gets 10 points today and adds to his first point that he got on debut last time out in Suzuka. So 11 points in total for Antonelli. He's into the top 10 in P9, and Sainz drops to P10. Lawson 11th, Danny Rick P12, and the rest of the drivers are yet to score. Constructors, here we go then. McLaren, although Lando is dominant, the Constructors isn't as dominant, because Piastri, although he is moving into that P2 place, he hasn't been completely 1-2s all of those races. So Ferrari still in with a chance of the Constructors, but Red Bull already 100 points back. Look at us in 4th. That's where I want to finish this year, and we've got a good chance, especially with this upgrade package. I don't think we've got the car to battle with McLaren and Ferrari. Perhaps towards the end of the season, Ferrari. Red Bull, we can beat Lawson, probably, although we beat Verstappen today, but on a normal day, probably not beating Verstappen. So P4, we're finishing comfortably ahead of the Astons and Mercedes today, and that's what we want to continue to do. So we're in P4, Aston Martin 5th, Mercedes 6th. Williams looked very quick today, so I think their upgrade might even allow them to take the fight to Aston Martin and Mercedes. They're in 7th, Sauber, RB, Haas, and Alpine yet to score. And fastest pit stops, we did get 10 points from that today, with Kimi Antonelli and Red Bull do the top 2 fastest times. And we are in P4 in the pit stop competition, so we have well and truly improved in that domain this year. Sponsor objective was 18 for each, so we've absolutely nailed that. That's got us $1.8 million. But that is going to bring this one to a close today. And what a result that was. The upgrade package we bought, we thought it was going to make us more competitive, and it definitely did. We, as I say, best finish, although it was P6 previously, to get both drivers in that top 6, 5th and 6th. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. So really looking forward to the next few races, and then we'll get another upgrade package probably on by round 8 or 9. So I think if we can stay in that sort of 5 to 10 range for the next 4 races and see where the next upgrade package takes us. And as I say, the next cars we want to really be battling against, Verstappen in that Red Bull regularly, and then the Ferrari. McLaren look very dominant here in 2026, as they do in real life in 2025. But as always, if you're not already, make sure to subscribe if you like the video, and we're going to be back very soon with the next one.